Hello, my crafty friends. How's everyone doing today? This is Sheree, and my channel is Turquoise Dreaming. I am here today on this great Saturday, this fine Saturday, with my big gulp of coffee. Here, I made myself a big cup today. And let's take a sip together. Ooh, that is good. Yes, last night I worked on, until I couldn't keep my eyes open anymore, I worked on some bundles from my Thrifty Thursday goodies. This one is not for my Thrifty Thursday goodies. The rest is. So I'm going to show you the rest in a second. But I hope everyone's going to have a nice weekend and get to do something fun. Maybe get to do some crafting. And so let me show you what I have here for you today. When you see this video, these will be my shop. So I have one fabric bundle. I haven't done a fabric bundle in a couple, 2 or 3 weeks, I guess, because I've been doing my Thrifty Thursday videos, but I wanted to, or bundles. So I wanted to go ahead and do a fabric bundle because I need to, do that. So this one is a really nice one. So let me show you. I've got it tied up with, this is coffee dyed, like kind of like gauzy fabric, or almost like a muslin, but not quite as thick as a muslin. It's more gauzy. It's from some kind of linen that I took, tore into strips and coffee dyed. So anyway, in here I have one of my rulers that I've been finding. It's a little plastic one, advertising for Wilson Corporation. So a little 6-inch, plasticky ruler, and a piece of doily, which, I always say is great for, chopping up and using as you wish into little pieces for clusters and things. Or this particular one that has these like big scallops on the edge would be great for pockets. Either way, really, you could put it, cut it here, make a pocket here, or maybe if you want to make it even down here, there's a little piece sticking down here that you could put in a cluster, and then this could be a pocket here. So these pieces are always good for something. And then I've got a pattern in here, a vintage one. You can see these ladies are, oh, she's even, her necklace is glittery. Isn't that cool? I have never seen that before. I just caught the light and I was like, oh my goodness. So she's got some strappy, looks like espadrilles almost there. Maybe it is considered espadrilles, but probably 70s, I would say. I don't know, it could be 80s, but she's got a stylish scarf on there matching her dress. So really pretty. It looks like 70s to me, though. Almost a peasant look to this dress. So anyway, I just noticing the styles there. So the rest is fabric part of this bundle. So this is a piece of sheet, I believe, or it could be a piece of a pillowcase. It might be. I think yes, I think it was. Here's the hem part of the pillowcase. I remember this pillowcase now, and it was so beautiful. So you can see the pretty flowers. There's greens and pinks and the yellow flowers right here, and there's some little bit of like gold, swirly pattern there. So really beautiful vintage sheet, or pillowcase half. So let's fold that back up. So that was see, let's try to see if I can remember to count the pieces here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 so far, and then here's another pink one. And like I always say, I put a good size piece in here. So you can see I try to do fat quarter size or bigger, or about, if I can get close to it with whatever I have. So that's a pretty overall pattern there. It would make a great background for something. And then you can layer a little, like if you were making a cover, you could layer a little centerpiece or a big centerpiece in the middle of the cover. And this is another beautiful pink, and that unfolds and unfolds the same way the last one did. This one has a little bit bigger of a, not bigger, see how small this one is, the floral. This is floral, and it's really close together, small floral pattern. This one has some spaces, a little space in between the flowers, but still small, just not as small as those flowers. And really, really pretty. It's a really pretty pink, isn't it? Yes, so that's another good size piece there. And then let's see what we have next. An overall floral pattern again, very beautiful. And these look like little, almost like little rosebuds. I don't think they are rosebuds, but that's kind of like what they look like if you just kind of take a glance at it. But really pretty. It's got leaves and a little flower there, a little like a bud. So like really gorgeous, and that unfolds and unfolds again too. Here's this one with the pink and white stripes, a good size piece. And here's a string. Let me get that off. But yeah, it unfolds and unfolds again. But it's this pink and white stripe with green topiaries on it, as you can see. Different shapes of topiaries. So really pretty. That one. And this is a quilted piece. This was a pillow sham, and it's very floral, almost tropical looking, but very pretty colors. So that's that piece there. Good size. But I think this was a pillow sham. I just thought it was so pretty, and the fact that it was quilted. And that's why I picked it up when I did at the thrift. All these came from thrift stores. And this one too. This is that gingerbread one. I might have one more piece of this. This is either the last piece or the next to last piece. But I always say when I show you this, I picture Christmas, but it doesn't have to be Christmas. It's just gingerbread, cookies, cookie jar, grandma's gingerbread recipe right here. So, you know, so many uses for that, right? Could be a cover. You can cut it up. So, okay. Oh, this bundle has some. I did this a couple weeks ago, and I just keep forgetting to bring it in here when I do show you my Saturday bundles. So this is a little quilted. This was a quilt top that I cut up. So this is a little piece of it. This was one of the smaller squares on it, and you can see all the pieces that were sewn together here. And it looked to be vintage when I picked it up, and I thought it was really cool. Like, so it looks like somebody really used their kind of scraps to make this quilt. You know what I mean? It's just it's not that, almost like there's no rhyme or reason in how these pieces were put together. Just there were scraps and somebody made a quilt top out of it. It wasn't a quilt, you know, ever with padding in or anything. It was just, I just found the quilt top. So yeah, there's a piece of that. And then there's a piece of this embroidery. And I think, oh, I put two in here. Okay. Yeah, this one was kind of, you know, didn't have any stitching on it. It almost looks like a heart, doesn't it? But yeah, this one was just those two pieces. So I put a second one on in here. Kind of remembering my thought process on this. So I put a second one in here, so you'd have some stitching too, with, you know, two pieces, but this one has the stitching. And isn't that gorgeous? I just can't imagine what somebody was doing, because they're, like I always tell you, because I think this is either, again, I'm kind of finishing up these bundles here with these pieces, and this is either the last piece or the next to the last piece. I might have one more bundle in there. I do my bundles in the other room, that's why I say in there. But you can see the stitching. There's stitching here. This is like goldish yellow, or more yellow, but with a little bit of a gold look. White. There's a line of stitching right here. Pink, a red flower with the gold leaves, and this one has some red veins. There's some stitching right here, and then this one's white, and that really shows up on the black, doesn't it? And it has like little red buds on it. So when I found those, I just thought they were so interesting. This is what I always call the Pennsylvania Dutch fabric. So yeah, this might be, again, the last piece or the next to the last piece. I have to look and see what's in the other bundle, but a good size piece there. And you can cut these apart or leave them as a whole, however you want to whatever you want to do on this. I mean, there's little pieces like this. These would make good pockets, you know, journal cards even, or tags. So yeah, see, this one could be a little tag here. Cut that out. Put it on some file folder, glue it or sew it, or both. Here's some acorns down here. Great oaks from little acorns grow. Isn't that cute? So yeah, that gives me the Pennsylvania Dutch vibe. And in this gorgeous one, see, I've got a lot in this one, don't I? This is taking a while, but this is a good size piece. It's folded over here, and so beautiful. I really like how these flowers stand out on this dark background. And you could even fussy cut those flowers out there if you wanted to. That would be gorgeous to put into a journal or use as a journal cover. Here's one with another overall floral background. So it's kind of like that other one with the buds, but this has got like the tannish background with, I think I'm going to call them dark green leaves, and it's a little lavender bud. And that is, this unfolds and unfolds too. It's a good size piece, and it's got that overall little floral pattern. And this also very gorgeous with these beautiful flowers. Light blue background with the white and the light green there. And this unfolds again. So, and this is more kind of upholstery feeling. So yeah, that was upholstery feeling. These are all kind of cottony. Yeah, these are all kind of cottony. This one's a little thicker, this Pennsylvania Dutch one, but not upholstery type, just a little bit thicker fabric. Let's see what else was. I think I described everything else to you. This is cottony, the quilt. This one's also a little thicker. And I think the rest are more the regular kind of cottony feel. Just in case I didn't tell you when I was showing them to you. Okay, so that is my fabric bundle for this week. Now my Thrifty Thursday bundles. Let's get to it. Yeah, I had fun dividing this stuff up, and I added a couple things from my stash just because. So I'll show you that. Let's see. Let's show you the bundle first. So I'm going to have a few of these in there. I think I only could get 3 together of everything. You know what I mean? So let me show you what I have in here. This was from my stash. This is a stamp, cling stamp. I had 3 of these, and I won these, and I haven't used them, or if I used any, I used it once. I never used this one though. So I think one looked like I used it, but it didn't look like it was open. So either I probably used it one time. If it looks like it was used, I used it like one time and never used it again. This one I can tell I did not use. And I'm not going to show all 3 of them because they're all the same, but these little, they're like, it's just like a little girl here, and they're all the little girls. I'm going to call them little girls, and they all have a little quote with them, and they're cling stamps, and they're really cute. And yeah, so I had these sitting here, and I just decided to go ahead because I was trying to figure out what to do with them. I thought, well, why don't I just put one in each of these bundles, because I had 3, and I was able to make 3 bundles. So there you go, a cling stamp. Each one has like a bias tape or seam binding, the ribbony type. This one has a burgundy one, and this is like a thinner. It's folded over like twice, double fold. Not double, but it's flat, and then it folds over like that, if that makes sense. And so, yeah, this one has a burgundy one, and I think the other one has another one has, it was called Berry here. And so another one has one like this, and another one has a black one, the ribbony type, that's just flat like this, but not folded, if you know what I mean. So, and none of them have been open except for the black one. It's like the top is worn off, So this one has all the plastic on it, but just because the top is worn off from over time, it doesn't mean it was ever used. So anyway, a lot of explanation there, I know. So I did put one of these Christmas tree clothespins in each one. I had 3 of these, so yeah, each one this is a little wooden. If you didn't see my Thrifty Thursday, most of these things are things I showed you on Thursday that I had picked up at thrift stores this past week. So this is a wooden Christmas tree on a clothespin with a little pom-pom there at the top. So super cute. And these are some of the little flashcards. You got 6 in here, 3 of the blue and 3 of these like purpley ones. So those are so cute. I put 3 of each. Some of the Balderdash score sheets. I see 3 here. And like I said, in case you didn't see my Thrifty Thursday, I can link my Thrifty Thursday playlist below. But these are perforated, so these are neat to either use as a whole, or tear the perforation off and have them as little kind of pieces that you can stick in your journals and use for the perfect little writing spot, right? Wouldn't that be cute? And then 3 of these long, narrow, oh, how many did I put in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of these long, narrow flashcards. And then these are the, I showed you the cardstock and envelopes, and these are actually cardstock, but they are cards, cardstock cards. So you can make cards out of these, or drilling spots, or you can even make little booklets, or, you know, so many things. You can cut them in half and make tags, or, you know, whatever you want. But there's 3 pink, orangish, and yellow, and then 3 envelopes that go with them, these small envelopes. So those are nice. You can always coffee dye envelopes. If you do, just make sure you do it with your flap open so it doesn't glue itself together. I did put one of these vintage Halloween bags, treat bags in each one. Super cute, and I love those. I put one of each of the postage labels that I had found in here, so one of each of those. I put one of the snap cards in each one. I put one of these little sheets of dots in each one. Now this is something from a Thrifty Thursday that I had sitting here. I keep forgetting to put into my bundles. So I got out, so I can put these away. I got out some of these so I could, you know, do something with them. But these are really pretty pink for one thing, and they're just great little. You can put them in as a whole page. Really, they're a nice size to really just put in as a whole page. Or if it's too big, you can cut it down. But if you want different size pages in a journal, you can put this in as a journal, or you could fold it up. Say, if I were putting it into a journal, maybe fold it once and fold it twice and have a little piece of ephemera that you can put into a journal. And I put quite a few of these in here. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need to pick it up so I can finish during my 30 minutes here. But yeah, those, and I'm not counting as I go along, as you see, as I said I was going to try to keep track, but I'll have the amount of how many things are in each bundle in the listings. I put a little golden book. I was thinking this is almost like a journal kit. You could pretty much make a journal out of these things that I put in here on this week's Thrifty Thursday bundle. And that has been the case at sometimes that I'm on my other Thrifty Thursday bundles that are in my shop still. So, and they're not going to be in there forever because I'm going to be running out of things. So if you want something, I'd say go ahead and grab it. But yeah, one little golden book in each one, and they're all in decent shape as far as I told you on Thrifty Thursday. This one has a little bit of something here, but you can always put some little clusters on here if you're making this into a journal, or, you know, a little piece of doily or something. There's so many things you can do to cover up things, right, if you wanted to. So I put one of these pockets from that little home journal in each one. There was a note page and a pocket, I took the notebook apart. See how it is. You can cut this in half or leave it as a whole or whatever you want, but it has this pocket here. Or you can even cut this off and use these as separate little you know, something to stick in a pocket and use this as the page. So, and here's all the holes that it was in the notebook with. I put the cover in this one, and I put the back cover in another one, but I just figured I was adding this to I was going to add it to my scrap box. I was like, why don't I just put it in here? Because this is certainly, you know, I would use it, so why wouldn't someone else use it? So, you know, I don't need any more paper in my scrap box, so I put it in here for someone to use as something. I thought that was really neat. There was some music that I brought home on Thursday, and I only had one, so I went into my stash and pulled out 3 similar sheet music so I could, you know, be fair to all my bundles here, because I have 3, like I said. So I put a piece of sheet music, vintage sheet music, in here. I think this has a date on it somewhere, but yeah, this is 1966. So yeah, it could be 1966, a nice vintage piece of music. I had this paper here. I'm reorganizing my craft room, so I was like, did I show this on Thursday, or is this from my reorganization. But I went and put some in here because I was like, well, why not? Like I said, it was kind of developing into a journal, almost like a journal kit. So you've got lots of papers to make into pages here if you wanted to like try to make a journal out of this particular bundle. But yeah, these are nice, kind of like they're almost, and I think they are meant to be kind of like resume paper. So I think these are all the same. That package had different shades of paper in it, like white, off-white, and beige, something like that. So these might be different colors. I'm not sure. It's hard to see in this light, but 3 nice pieces of paper, kind of like resume paper. This one too I had sitting, and I don't think I showed you this on Thursday, but it's a craft colored card stock, and it's kind of a thick card stock, and it's kind of like thick cardstock or thin cardboard. It's really cool, and that would be great to make tags or something out of. This is some other paper. Is it the same as that one? The ones I just showed you? Well, it kind of is, or is it? It's the same size. So either I put extra in here or I had another pack of that. So anyway, more paper, some ledger. This ledger was really cool, I thought, because when I know, well, let's see. Yeah, there's 3 of these, and it had rounded corners. A lot of them don't. A lot of them are just squared off, you know, pointy. And this was kind of interesting because it had rounded corners in this particular one, so that was cool. And this was also something that I threw in from my stash. These are like order forms from a Waverly. It looks like it says Waverly Draperies, so like an order form for custom draperies. And so it's got lots of, you know, squares and things to write in, and these could be pages. And there's 3 different colors: white, yellow, and pink. So these are all together as a form in a pad of these forms I have. So that's my bundle that I have 3 of that will be in my shop. And I have a few more minutes here where I can show you the rest. So that one, let me put that one over here to the side. And so I can show you the rest of the goodies. And so the rest of the goodies are the ribbons that I brought home this past week. And so I made some little ribbon bundles here. These all have 1 each, and these have 3. So like the last one I did with the boho trims, I just wrapped them around cardboard, and then I taped them in the back so they would stay on here, but they're on here. And this is, you can see, this is one. I tried to group similar colors together, but I'll explain that as I go along. But you can see this one here, this red one with a little kind of, this has like a scallopy edge right there. This is the grandma's kitchen one. You can see this red one here kind of has Christmas trees on it. And this is mom's kitchen up here. So I've got 3 of those that will be in my shop. Sorry. And then and then this one has this peachy one with the lace on either side. This is the fabric ribbon here, light blue floral background. This one's pink and it has little green leaves or whatever in between. It has the pink border. This is that one you can see through that I showed you on Thursday with the pretty yellow and green flowers. Green with white polka dots, and this is an eyelet trim here. So I've just got 1 of those. Then this is another one. Now these all have 1 yard each of the trims that I just showed you, and this one too. So this one also has some eyelet trim. And then the blue fabric, this dark blue, a gold ribbon here. This little one here that almost looks like it has snowflakes on it. It's a grosgrain. This one has like the nubs on either side. This is lace right here, lace. And this is, I think this is the brown one with, I've got all my lights on here, but brown with white polka dots. So that's that one. I've only got 1 of those. And this one, I put, some of these have 1 yard and some of them have less because I was running out on some of the spools of ribbon. So I thought, well, let me just make 1 out of the leftovers so I don't have to put these in my scrappy scraps, right? So I'm going to try to point out the ones that have a yard. And most of them do have a yard, but some of them don't. So, but this is really a neat one. It's just a little bit of everything. I wasn't trying to match it or anything. I was just trying to, you know, put a ribbon on here. And you can see it's taller than the others because I was just trying to use up some of that ribbon. So this one is a yard here. This is that wide rickrack. This one is a yard. This is that one. It's a grosgrain with these little pretty little dot, you know, colorful dots on it or spots. This is the green with the nubs on either side. Green ribbon, light green and light green. This one has little white dots, and so does that. Those are both grosgrain. So I think, let's see, I think these are all a yard. If they're less than a yard, you know, I'm telling you now that some of these are less than a yard. I think this one is, I was just using up this one. So this one does wrap all the way around at least once and maybe a little more, but this one is not a yard. This little pink one with the white with pink flowers. This is not a yard. This is just what was left of this trim here. I wrapped it around and taped it here. See, there's a space there. So it didn't even wrap around once, but of course that is very usable. So that's the eyelet, and this is fabric ribbon. I believe both of these are yards. So most of them are a yard. Really, this one, and maybe one more wasn't a yard, but most of them are. So anyway, back up to fabric ribbon here and fabric ribbon here. So I think you can probably see all that. I hope you can. That one's a long one, but yeah, so that is it. We made it through everything, and I hope you enjoyed, and I hope I showed them in an appropriate manner and I was in frame. But if you need to see more still pictures, I will have some pictures in my Etsy listing. When you see this video, they will be in there. Thanks for watching today, and I'll see you all in my next video. I hope you have a great weekend and have fun. Happy crafting.